Tonight, Raleigh city leaders react to an addition to the Hurricane Helene relief bill that has nothing to do with Helene, but restricts zoning powers.
That's right. CBS 17's Amalia Roy tells us how the last page of SB 382 could affect some major city projects.
Last spring, the city of Raleigh voted to create a transit overlay district along certain areas of the New Bern Avenue bus rapid transit corridor.
We've added density with housing, but we've also said, well, we're not going to have drive-throughs. We're going to have required pedestrian crossings. We're going to make this a place where people can truly get around without a car.
But Raleigh City Councilor Jane Harrison says those plans are at risk now that the hurricane relief bill is law in North Carolina. The last page of SB 382 bars local governments from downzoning without the written consent of all property owners whose property is the subject of downzoning. Upzoning typically means a loosening of restrictions to allow more high-density development. But with downzoning, what you're going to see is a tightening of those restrictions and limiting the ways that those properties can be used. The Transit Overlay District includes provisions that restrict upzoning and encourage walkability.
If we needed to get permission from all 744, folks that own those properties, we would have never been able to approve that Transit Overlay District.
Harrison says more than Raleigh, she's worried about how SB 382 will restrict local governments across the state, something the North Carolina Home Builders Association says isn't a bad thing.
Local governments play a large part in the cost of housing, and their zoning policies have really hurt a lot of folks that would like to live in communities that they work as police officers and teachers, and they simply can't because of restrictive zoning policies that drive up the cost of housing.
It's still unclear the extent of how SB 382 will affect city planning. In Raleigh, Amalia Roy, CBS 17 News.